Hey guys, how's it going? It is January 23rd, 2019, just at 5:52 p.m. Gonna do a real quick vlog for you. Uh, I just had like a little bit of time to kill before I start doing a little bit of laundry. Actually, I'm seeing my son tonight, which is a little surprising. Had to cancel out on Scott, but apparently he's really not into Run 8 these days. I don't blame him. I don't mind continuing to do what I'm doing, and off of YouTube, I'll continue to do what I'm doing as far as my son and I. We played Planet Base the other night. Actually, I think we're getting to the end at least of where we're at there. Move on to another planet type thing and see what happens. But that being said, it was kind of strange because this morning. Now, I didn't do a hell of a lot this morning, but last night I was really tired at about 10:30, and I wasn't too sure where I was at, mentally or anything like that. I was just tired. I hadn't done too much. Then I heard, I was going to see my son tomorrow, which kind of changed the amount of work I was going to be able to do tonight. And I think I was just tired out and maybe a little concerned or mentally tired or whatever. So I went to bed at 10:30 and I slept till approximately 5 a.m. and then I was up. Now, I should have gotten up right away, but instead I tried to stay in bed, just lie there, toss, turn, worry, toss, turn, worry type thing. Not so much worry, just couldn't get my mind to just settle down. And I don't, and I think a lot of it was the stress of the move. And then I just got up, and I think I got up by 6 a.m. I said I got up at 5, but I was awake at 5, but I actually got out of bed at 6. And I just decided to continue to work on what I was doing, and the plan right now is to continue to do something like that, despite I haven't done any work yet this evening. Things are starting to get organized, and whatever is not organized, I'm not going to worry about it. If it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Like I said, I'm here till next Thursday anyways. I'm starting to clear a path now so that, because there's still stuff on the floor, but starting to clear a path so that I can get the couches out. I may see if my son wants to sort through stuff tonight. If he doesn't, it's not a big deal. I want him to feel good, and if he doesn't, with him having bronchitis, I don't want him getting into all the dust. Unfortunately, I need him on Friday for the move one way or another. Either that, I don't know how else I'm going to be able to get some of the things. There's, some of the stuff I could carry. The TV isn't going to take much. It's not that. It's big. The computers I can carry. The boxes I can carry. There's a lot of things that I'll be able to carry. Some of the heavier stuff on my own. But I need help with him for that. Probably the dishwasher, which is just a dishwasher that sits on a counter. I'm thinking file cabinet. Probably, even if it's empty, I might be able to get that up myself. I'm not too sure. Everything else I should be fine, so I'm not going to be counting on him too much, but it's certainly there. I was even thinking, as I was going through the day, I was actually thinking about asking for the van at work as opposed to worried about the U-Haul, but then I thought about it a little bit more and I decided, I'll be fine. I don't have to worry about it. I figured it would give me more flexibility, but just to have that thing takes up a lot of gas, and then I have to go between St. Catharines and Niagara Falls, which isn't a big deal, but still, it's mileage that I'd rather not have to use. So I'd rather just do the move, get it done with. Friday's going to be a busy day. It looks like my work is settling down. I'm not too sure where a truck shipment's going, but or when the truck shipment's going to start, even though it's ready. I'm just trying to get them to accept the quote. I was hoping it was going to go today, but I still don't have an accepted quote. So at this point, it looks like it may go Friday. I'm not going to worry about it, because if Friday comes, if I don't hear anything from them, maybe Thursday, I'll talk to my boss at work and say, well, I mentioned this to you before. He's just not responding. What am I supposed to do? If he's not going to respond, it's kind of stupid. But anyways, nothing's going to move, and otherwise I got a second quote out today, but that's for next week. But no, today was a really, really good day. Probably one of the best moods I've been in a long time. And I think it really comes down to, now I'm getting over the whole fear or the nervousness, and realize whether I like it or don't, but whether or not I could have done things differently as far as the sorting or throwing out stuff or cleaning or whatever. I mean, I'm now 8 days away to the end of the month, and I'll be gone. And I will be moved in this time. Well, not this time, sorry. I'll be moved in a little over 2 nights from now. So I'm actually kind of excited about that now. I mean, I was excited about it before, but now I'm really starting to get excited about it, because my frame of mind, and I think my creativity, probably, maybe even cooking a little bit more. I haven't really done much. The stove, I haven't felt like doing. I just want to be able to do things and be a little bit more efficient. I like this idea of just getting up and doing stuff. That's about the second time that's happened where I just couldn't sleep. And honestly, I'm getting to the point, not so much, I don't mind doing the live streams and letting you guys in on what my thoughts are, or whatever else I'm doing, but actually using YouTube for entertainment, I'm finding that I'm reducing it, because there's less and less that is really that important to me. There's entertainment I'm interested in, but really I'm not all that excited about, worried about following this or that. And, stuff comes around on some of my channels, I'll follow it, but I'm subscribed to so many people, and it's just like, okay, well, whatever happens, and if it's something that's really important, somewhere I'm going to find out about it. It's going to pop up in my, recommendeds, or somebody's going to post about it, or whatever, because a lot of these things are intertwined, whether it be the hobby end of things or the entertainment side as far as wrestling, all that kind of stuff. I don't need to be in several sources. And I kind of downsized from worrying about the train simulation stuff about a year ago. I stopped worrying about going to the Run 8 site all the time, or going to, trying to find out what's happening on Facebook. I dumped Facebook at the end of 2017. So those are some of the things that I found. So I think gradually I'm getting into a set mind where I'm getting rid of the distractions. Now, I'm still going to continue at least into the indefinite future. I'm still going to run as I do in the sessions, which those days may change. If they favor me, great. If they don't, well, then I'm not going to be part of those. I'll just be part of what I do. But Scott and I were exchanging emails back and forth earlier, and he's kind of grown tiresome of Run 8, as have I. The only thing I do in Run 8 right now is dispatch and view things. That's really the only thing that I'm really interested in. I'm not interested in doing just switching. It's not that I've lost. I don't know how to describe it. Um, the way sessions work and the way you come on to one night and you're in this 3 hours, and then the next night you're in the next 3 hours. It used to work pretty good, especially when I spent a lot of time or the knowing the jobs were simple. But now it's just like, okay, I mean that's nice and all, but I'm not really that interested in doing the switching. I'm not really interested in just running trains. I've seen plenty of AI trains. I'm not even interested in the different card types that are available. Am I interested in what Run 8 has in version 3? Absolutely. I'm very interested in that because I want to see how it improves upon 2. What's it going to do to 2 that's going to really get me excited? And with my memory and hearing what the posts were, it really goes from one brain cell to the other, because really it's not that important, and my mind is just registering that, okay, well, I heard December, it's gone. We're almost at the end of January now. Yes, John posted a while back. It had me interested. I've defended Run 8 on the Train Sim forum. Actually, today I posted a message defending them. As far as, there's people talking about, oh yeah, until it has better graphics, it's blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, well, good for you. Why are you even worried about? Why are you in the Run 8 forum? Is that I guess that's to encourage the development that they're gonna improve the graphics. Well, honestly, that's the least of my worries. I could care less. I mean, I remember the times where everybody complained that there was no frogs or there was no, shadows. There's a lot of things that are coming, like with weather and all that other stuff. That's one of the things I remember. So there's a lot of good things that are coming to it. But having said that, my focus now, and this is where I turned to RTS again. My focus is still strongly on RTS. In fact, it's being rejuvenated. As I mentioned to Scott earlier in the email, and I really had time to think today, I mean, the workload at work has died down enough to where I, can think about these things at lunchtime and not worry about, whatever's stress is at work or whatever. And I'm usually happy most of the time at work anyways. But today, I mean, yeah, I got up at 5 a.m. and I'm wide awake right now, and I've been over 6 hours sleep. It's not a weekend sleep, but I'm looking forward this February. I'm hoping. I keep saying it, and I always revert back to it. But I really, really want to get the dispatcher going. It's well within my ability. So RTS dispatcher is the first step. Once I've got that, and I'm confident that I can do that, that's when the RTS, it'll be RTS TD. I think it's going to be called RTS-TD, which will be the RTS train dispatcher or RTS dispatcher. I'm not too sure how to call it, but I was thinking about that today. I'm thinking, yeah, I'll call RTS-TD. The other software down the road would be the RTS-YM, which would be the RTS Yardmaster utility. And I wanted to do the train dispatcher first because that'll be the easiest. The Yardmaster, I'm not too sure how I want to do it, or if I want to put it more on a 2D screen type thing, or an actual, like a 2D visual representation, or just a 2D monitor type situation, like an actual simulation of a Yardmaster screen. I've seen those. They're kind of. I'm thinking to myself that I'll probably do a hybrid of 2D and information, similar to what you would see in, say, a Run 8 in 3D, but I'm going to do it in 2D, and hopefully that will get me into a situation where I'm not too worried. Physics isn't a big deal for me right now. I'm not worried about train physics so much, but I do want the trains to be realistic speeds going in and realistic braking acceleration, and of course AI is very important. AI is going to be important for the dispatching modules, or the dispatcher program. AI is also going to be important for the Yardmaster program, because I basically want to tax this thing, and both of these will be compatible. I might sell them in bundles. I might you know, I was thinking giving a discount for those that have, you know, if say for example a lot of people buy Dispatcher and then they want to buy Yardmaster, as long as they have the code that says that they've bought Dispatcher and they're a registered user, then I'll give them a discount on Yardmaster. I think it's fair, because people are, you know, it's kind of an upgrade, but you know, I want to be able to, you know, at least do that and possibly give a bundle price as well for those that haven't done either or. And both modules will be totally open editable. I'm not worried about that. Yeah, I may do some very small price. I think I'm looking, I don't know right now, but I'm looking in the range of $20 for each piece of software. I think you know, that should be fine. Of course, with a bundle discount between the two. I'll give for either or, it doesn't matter. You bundle one or to the other or whatever. So yeah, I'll do a discount, and then pardon me, then I'll probably look at you know, bundling the others, or sorry, probably look at add-ons. Probably likely to include various territories, but it's going to be really cheap. Like, I'll probably bundle a bunch of stuff together. I don't know yet. It depends how creative I want to be, or if I just want to focus on the core programs and let the community be creative and go from there. We'll see. You know, a lot's going to depend on how creative the community is, how much sales I have, how much, you know, interest there is. Ultimately, though, there's going to be a third pie in the sky. See if anybody's out there, and I'm focusing this more on 2020 and beyond. And that is, I want to eventually be compatible to, or sorry, I want eventually to have RTS compatibility into a 3D simulator. I don't care what the 3D simulator is, as long as it can communicate both ways with the Dispatcher and Yardmaster modules, then I will be willing to work with anybody, possibly more than one, so I can broaden my, you know, audience or whatever, or my exposure. It doesn't necessarily have to be with one piece of software. I might be able to write compatibility with various simulators. So that I would rather go that way instead of worried about doing the 3D side, since the 3D side is not my forte, whatever. But that's just the way I see it. So, but yeah, like I said, I'm in a good mood today. I'm gonna go get the laundry in, grab my son, and yeah, and then I'll get back to work tonight, either with my son here or a little bit later on, and we'll see how things go. But I've pretty much exhausted my YouTube viewing for tonight, so I got a few things that I want to do, but I might go to bed early again tonight. It seemed to work pretty good last night, so wake up early tomorrow morning and get a little bit more done. I don't know, I'm not a morning person, but it seems to be working pretty good. If I can't sleep to the friggin' alarm, I might as well just get up and do stuff. So I might just do that more often. We'll see. Instead of wasting my time lying in bed, I waste more time lying in bed trying to get back to sleep. So things are changing. We'll see. Okay, guys, that's it for now. I will be back probably, I don't know, if I doubt it's Sunday, probably this coming Monday for the next session. Depending upon what's going on. I think Monday's the next session, but we'll see. Anyways, have a good weekend, and next time I broadcast will probably be in my new location, so we will see you then. Have a good one.